Yes. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. It's the 6th of February. Mm. You know, it's approximately 23 degrees outside, and waking up this morning, I had a lot of personal concerns about what I'm going to do this week, and I have an appointment on Friday to get some rental assistance. And it's difficult waking up in the morning thinking that, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I mean, if I don't get rental assistance, I won't be able to pay the rent for January and February, and I will be out in the cold. And I don't really have a good coat. Hmm. I used to have a good coat, but somebody burglarized me and stole all my personal items when I was living at the rental house. Now, when we look at the emails that I've sent and the documenting of certain crimes, yeah, I thought it was kind of odd that the police department didn't respond to the knowledge, yes, that I had been saying, yes, that all my personal items were at the rental house and the actual owner did have a rental agreement. There was mail theft involved and various other felonies, but it seemed that the police department just doesn't really concern themselves with what's happening to the citizens. Now I'm a little upset this morning. I'm thinking that, well, I'm going to be out there in the freezing cold and it's going to snow and I'm going to freeze to death. Yes. And nothing is ever going to happen that is going to, in some way, help me in my personal life. Now, this morning, I thought we'd look at the rich, the wealthy having money or property. Labor not to be rich, Proverbs 23:4, and for he was very rich, Luke 18:23. I had documented a few lawsuits that I have, and then my right to some rewards as a whistleblower and an informant of certain felonies and violating the civil rights of myself, and then the abuse and the maltreatment of my sons. Now, for me to have to wake up first thing in the morning and think, I'm going to be out there in the cold without a coat. Yes. Because my coat got stolen. Yes. Because I can't get rental assistance. Yes. And then my bus pass expired yesterday and I'm going to have to walk today. Yes, yes. From here to quite possibly the senior center if it's open. But if it's not, then I'll have to walk to the library. Now, this wealth, this property that I don't have any of, let's look at riches are not forever, okay? Proverbs 27, 20. No, let's see. Labor not to be rich, Proverbs 23:4. Now, Proverbs is a book right after the book of Psalms. Yes, Proverbs 23:4. And a lot of those that are in police or sheriff's departments, they think of themselves as rich. Yes. Like, I don't go to work unless you pay me for a movie or you pay me to torture somebody. I'm not there to enforce the laws. I'm there to help myself to all the free wealth that is available for those that get paid for shows. Yes. Now, Proverbs 23:4. Now, labor not to be rich, cease from thine own wisdom. Now, this would probably be a good word for me this morning that I shouldn't really think about these problems. I mean, considering that use of forgery and fraud, yes. And considering the number of times that I've been falsely arrested, yes. The amount of time I spent in jail, yes. The number of years that I've been homeless when sending approximately 2,350,000 emails. I should not depend on my own wisdom. See, labor not to be rich, and a lot of people they were like, "Well, why don't you get a job?" In fact, yesterday I was having a talk with somebody that's very important to me. She said, "Well, can you drive?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I can. I just don't have a driver's license." And I told her, I said, "Well, I'm not going to send my mail to the homeless shelter because I've had items stolen before." Yes. I was thinking back when the homeless shelter was in the downtown area where I was charging up my very good phone at that time. Somebody stole it and had all my documentation on it and everything of importance to myself. I said, well, if I get the rental assistance, yes, I'm going to get an address so that you can serve me a lawsuit right now. You can serve me a fucking lawsuit. Labor not to be rich. Cease from thine own wisdom. Now, Proverbs 23. Yes. When thou sittest to eat with a ruler, consider diligently what is before thee, and put a knife to thy throat. Oops. Does somebody need to kill themselves today? Oops. It seems somewhat anti-Christian to suggest that you should commit suicide. Ouch! Motherfucker!